guess I'm almost done this one. Oh, hey! Hi, it's me, Wilma Fingerdoo, and I am completely untucked. I hope you are too. So let's get to it. Well, I have to say I like this episode because they broke it up between the two different breaks where the girls had to change. Not that they had more to say, I just like that they changed it up. So we started where the comedy show ended, and the girls were heading back to the workroom to change for the runway. Cracker was feeling pretty good about herself, and so she should. She killed that challenge. So even though they had to get ready for the runway, Shay took a moment to congratulate herself for writing 2/3 of her set that morning. Here's to you, Shay. Well done, I'm serious. Blair, on the other hand, seemed to be working her narrative around in her head, so much so that it sounded like she was blaming Ross and Jane for her bad set. Well, she has to blame someone. Shay made a good point. She said that Blair's jokes were good on paper. The problem was she had to read that paper to tell them, and in one case, the punchline was on a different page. That's a long way to go for a laugh. Seriously. And Blair's excuses didn't end there. She also blamed her nails for her page flipping, much to Juju's delight. Although I have to say, I don't think Juju was much listening to Blair. She was thinking about the next time she would be doing stand-up because clearly she'd been bitten by the bug. Watch out, Bob the drag queen. So as the queens headed back to the runway, the secret lip sync assassin arrived, and it was none other than Kennedy Davenport, who seemed to spend far too much time working on a wig that she ended up not wearing. Maybe she had a wig reveal planned. I don't know. And then the queens were back in the workroom with Cracker named this week's top queen, and the judges' critiques ringing in the rest of their ears. Juju said that if she could do it all again, she would have been off book. Shay, on the other hand, was feeling the love and support from Jane and Ross, while Blair was just desperate to get back up on that stage and do it again so she could prove to them that she could. The other queens must have heard enough from Blair because they quickly changed the topic of discussion to who everyone thought the lip sync assassin could be. Juju wanted it to be Tammy Brown, and I have to say, I think Tammy would have been a great choice. She totally would have rocked Reba McEntire's fancy. Although I hear Reba's fancy gets rocked quite a bit. And then it was time to vote. And as hard as this week's vote was on Blair, it seemed even harder on Juju. She just did not want to vote anyone home. Don't get me wrong. She did. She just didn't want to. And then the queens returned to the main stage where we all now know this week's lip sync assassin was Kennedy Davenport, and Blair St. Clair sashayed away. And as hard as it was to see Blair sashay, it wasn't a surprise to me. No offense to Blair, but these other queens have known each other a lot longer. They have a history together. Blair has Instagram. Michelle's elimination visit was more of a morale booster than an actual congratulations, even though she did give Blair her fair share of kudos, but God bless Blair. She just could not hide her pain and disappointment in being eliminated. And she's young, she'll get over it. Back in the workroom as Blair de-dragged, she got a video message from her mom, Peggy. What a lovely mom Peggy is, eh? I'm so serious. You can tell she absolutely adores Blair, and you can tell Blair absolutely adores her. I'm not jealous. So it's with a sad heart that we said goodbye to Blair St. Clair. What about you? Sorry to see her go, or glad to put an end to all her whining? Either way, I thought this was a great way to end another season of Untucked for All Stars. I don't think there's going to be another episode next week, but, well, I've been wrong before. So, if this isn't the last one, we'll see you next week. But if it is, well, I hope you stay untucked for as long as you can. Don't forget, I'm still reviewing the finale of All Stars Season 5, and I'm also reviewing Canada's Drag Race. So, until next week, miss me! I'm serious, of course.